So what if the ultimate sign that your life is actually changing isn't, quitting your job or moving to a new city or having this massive breakthrough?
Right, it's just a regular Tuesday.
Exactly, like simply putting on a vintage silk scarf on a random Tuesday. Well, welcome to our deep dive for today. We're exploring this really beautifully reflective piece by Carrie Masati called "The Quiet Signs." You're coming back to yourself.
It's such a great piece.
It really is. And our mission today is to help you spot those subtle, encouraging signs that you are returning to who you are. Because, Carrie said something in this that really stayed with me. She notes that progress, it often shows up in these quiet, everyday moments, not in, sudden dramatic breakthroughs.
Right, and that's precisely why so many women just completely overlook their own growth.
Oh, absolutely.
Because when you've spent years really buried under responsibilities and caretaking seasons where everyone else comes first, you naturally expect your return to yourself to be this loud, undeniable transformation. But it's usually just a whisper.
A whisper. Yeah. And, when Carrie talked about the quiet signs, I realized I've actually been seeing them. But I do want to push back for just a second.
Okay, go for it.
She mentions things like reaching for outfits you love or taking time to add a necklace. Aren't clothes and accessories, well, ultimately just superficial,
I mean, I get why you'd say that, but it sounds superficial until you actually look at the psychology behind it.
right?
Because when you've spent years prioritizing everyone else, your brain basically learns that you are last in line. It becomes this deeply ingrained neural pattern of self-neglect.
Wow. Yeah.
So, taking 3 extra minutes to put on a necklace or what Carrie might call a sparkle tool isn't about vanity at all. It disrupts that
See, it's
pattern.
cute.
Exactly. It's a behavioral cue to your brain that your status has changed. You are physically demonstrating right then and there that you are worth the effort.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's not about the necklace itself then. It's about breaking the habit of treating yourself as an afterthought. Making an intentional choice to stop saving the things you love for someday.
Yes, that's it perfectly. It ties into enclosed cognition, this idea that what you wear subconsciously impacts your psychological state.
Right.
So by taking that extra time to get ready, wearing what you truly love, or just allowing yourself to be more present in a conversation, you're signaling a very real internal shift.
This made me realize for me, it was pulling out this vintage silk scarf I love.
Huh.
I always thought it was like too much for a regular Tuesday.
Saving it for a special
Yeah,
occasion.
but putting it on felt small, but I actually walked a little taller that day. It felt like a piece of my old self just, I don't know, coming back online.
I love that imagery so much. Think of it like finding the foundation of a beautiful house hidden under years of overgrown weeds. You aren't building a brand new house from scratch.
You're just clearing the yard.
Exactly, to reveal what was already there. And I love how Carrie described confidence as recognition. Feeling like yourself again is really less about trying to become someone new.
It's about reconnecting.
Yes, much more about reconnecting with the woman who was always there. It leads to that quiet, profound thought she mentions. There I am.
There I am. Man, I love that. You can tell Carrie really understands what women in this stage of life are experiencing. It's not about searching for a stranger.
No, not at all. When you look closely, these small daily moments are profound signs of self-trust and self-respect returning.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you reach for what you genuinely love instead of what's just easy or invisible, you are proving to yourself that you matter. You are reinforcing your identity one quiet decision at a time.
When you put it that way, it completely shifts the definition of healing.
Yeah.
We always picture healing as, becoming this brand new, optimized version of ourselves. But I think healing often looks like recognizing yourself in the mirror again.
It really
Just
does.
looking back and, well, realizing you aren't lost anymore.
Yeah.
If you've been wondering whether you're making progress, you'll really want to read Carrie's full blog. It's the perfect antidote to that pressure of needing a dramatic movie montage transformation.
Absolutely. And before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a challenge. Look closely at your own life this week, but look beyond just your wardrobe.
Yeah, look deeper.
Identify one quiet sign of self-trust returning in how you interact with others. Maybe it's setting a tiny boundary you normally wouldn't set. Or maybe it's saying no to a small request without over-explaining yourself.
Just a subtle shift.
Right. Notice that moment. Because the woman you're looking for isn't gone. She's just waiting for you to recognize her.
You can read the full blog and explore more of Carrie's favorites and sparkle tools at thesparklelounge.com.